as I was saying, we're cleaning our hands, we wash our clothes, we wash our hair, right? What about the air that you breathe every single day? We even purify our water with Bob Costa. What about the air that you breathe? It is vital that you do that. And not any air purifier will do the trick. This has EcoSilver built in. What does EcoSilver do? EcoSilver actually combats the microorganisms and the bacteria that are out there, the things that are floating around in the air that we're all so concerned about. We're trying to keep everything clean. This is gonna take care of that. You know, 1.4 million Hunter air purifiers gone here at the network, and I love this size. I told you earlier in my first presentation, this is the size I have. I don't have a big giant one because my rooms, I don't have one big, huge room. I mean, I could have one because my kitchen stretches through the living room, but I actually have them in each room of the house. Everybody in the bedrooms has their own Hunter air purifier. I have mine. I have all Hunter ceiling fans in there because I know they're built to last. These come with a 5-year warranty. They are discounted by $30 today to $69.95. They're free shipping and handling. If you want the Aqua, you better start ordering because these are gonna be the first one to go. 5 years on the motor and a year on the cord and the grill. These will last you much longer than that. I've had my original Hunter air purifiers for 7, 8 years. You know, I change out the filter or clean them once in a while. It's all you need to do. But here's the bottom line. It's gonna trap the particles before they get into your lungs, okay? We really can't control what's outside of our house, but we can control what's inside. And I'm talking about pet dander, I'm talking about pollen, allergens, VOCs like hairspray, things like that. I'm talking about the microorganisms that are out there that are floating around in the air are gonna be trapped inside here and easily cleaned. That BioSilver layer is an extra layer. I'll show it to you. It's right here, and if you come in close, guys, you'll actually see silver particles embedded inside this and that cocoa fiber. This is your first layer of protection right here. And then as I open it up, it reveals the HEPA filtration that's underneath. The reason this is so smart is it's a 360. Which means its intake goes all the way around, and then it releases clean, pure air through the machine itself. So you're pulling in air from all directions, and you're releasing that wonderful air out so that you can breathe clean air. You wonder why you cough things up, right? You ever just, I know it's gross, but when you're not feeling well, you cough something up, and you're like, oh, what is that? That's particles that you were breathing in, that your lung is like, yeah, get it out of here. This will help with that. If you've got a pet, it'll help with that. If you love to cook, it helps with that. Hey, listen, everybody loves to wake up to the smell of bacon, but at 9 o'clock at night, I don't want to be smelling bacon when I'm, in my case, last night, going to bed, right? You don't want that. You don't want lingering odors. If you've got pets or a cat box, or maybe a cat made a mess somewhere, you want those, if they're in the air, you're breathing them. Those are floating around. Those are molecules that come off of food, off your cat box, off people. They all float around in the air. Anybody that's taken a pillow and slapped it in front of the sun, and you see all this stuff floating around, you're like, what is that? That's dust, that's dander, that's dust mite stuff, if you know what I'm saying. That's all stuff that you're breathing. Why do that when you can count on Hunter? So let me go through colors. I see Miss Tracy is waiting for me, drinking her coffee. So let me go through the colors first, and then we'll introduce you to her. This is gray. All right, gray and silver, you'll see the bottom where the gray is, I'll move that out of the way, is silver. The one behind it here is our rose gold and white. Very, very popular, okay? Looks great in a home. I love the Hunter too because they're good looking, right? They're just cool looking. This is Aqua, been one of our most popular of the day, the EcoSilver. We also have it in black and silver, and then we have it in white. Everyone is going to get the double layer protection of the EcoSilver and the HEPA filter, and it is true HEPA filtration. High particulate, what is it? High particulate, I almost got it. I had it. Well, Tracy will tell us what it is. and I remembered it, but for some reason I can't think of it. High efficiency particulate air. That's what it stands for. All right, it came to me. But what it means basically is little teeny things you can't see are gonna get sucked into this instead of you. Let me introduce you to Tracy Rosa. Thanks for staying patient with me, Tracy, for me to get through everything. But I think it's important that people understand why we have a need for these, especially in the environment that we live in today. Very important.
Yeah, because Guy, we're washing everything, right? We're washing our hands, we're washing our surfaces, we're doing everything. But the one thing, all right, the one thing that we do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is we breathe. all day long, obviously. You know, we don't want to stop breathing. So a lot of times, and actually most times, the air inside of our home is dirtier than the air outside, because think of it. You open your doors, you open your windows, you come into your house, all that stuff comes in, people track stuff into your house, and then you shut everything down, you turn the air on, and then everything stays stagnant, right? Well, outside, at least, you know, you got airflow, things are moving, but here, everything settles. It settles into our carpet, settles into our furniture, it settles wherever. So you need to have an air purifier, because listen, if it's not the air purifier cleaning the air, it is our lungs. It's our lungs, it's loved ones' lungs. Oh my gosh, the dog is going nuts. Sorry, live TV, Bester, stop, my friend. All right. So listen, one thing that we love so much about this one is that, you know, it's beautiful. It looks great. It's easy to use. True HEPA, which means the best of the best. And with ours, we have an exclusive filtration system. We have a pre-filter, which actually inhibits the growth of microorganisms. Like you said, it's got that nanosilver technology in there. What are microorganisms? Viruses, bacteria, mold, all of that stuff. So take a look at this animation that we have, because like you said, God, if we saw all the stuff in our air, we would be freaking out. So a lot of the times that the air particles are so much smaller, you don't see them. So you have that exclusive EcoSilver technology. So all those little things that you're seeing right now, those are the live airborne stuff that's in our air. You know, cold and flu season is just around the corner. People are going to come in, they're going to sneeze. All of that stuff is airborne. So what happens to it? Well, it either goes on you, or goes in your furniture, or goes on your coffee table, or it goes in your air purifier. I will take that every day of the week. And then you have a True HEPA filter. Now, True HEPA is the best of the best, and it's going to get all this stuff you see right here. Pollen, household dust, pet dander, smoke particles, all of those things that you cannot see in the air. It's going to get 99.97% of the particulates in the air. It's going to get done. It's beautiful. Look at, I want to take a tour of this real fast. This is that beautiful rose gold. It fits perfectly in my living room. I love that so much. You have an accent light that you can turn on and off, completely up to you. You have 4 speeds. You have 1, 2, and 3, and then you have a night mode. Listen to the night mode, guy. Can't hear anything, right?
Nothing.
So beautiful.
Sleepy time.
No light, no sound, no nothing, but it's still running. Absolutely getting the job done. You have a timer here, and then you have that filter indicator light. I love that because, listen, at the end of the day, I can say, oh, yeah, the filter will last a year. Oh, yeah, it'll last 6 months. I don't know how often you're going to be running it. I don't know what the air is like where you live. I don't know if you are in a very, you know, heavy pollen area. Or I don't know if you burn dinners like I do. I burn more than I cook, guy. Let's be honest. Unfortunately, I'm good at some things, not great at a lot. But cooking is not my forte. So this bad boy stays right next to this bad boy, because I got to mask the odor. And look at this, guy. When we talk about the perfect size, it fits perfectly underneath my cabinet. It's not an eyesore. It's pulling air in from 360 degrees. You know, most air purifiers, guy, have like the front panel where it pulls air from it. This is 360 degrees. And listen, to be honest with you, too much information, Tracy. This was my air purifier. I got this model home back in November, and you can see it is a different color than the brand new one. You wanted a different color because, guy, that means this is doing the work, not my lungs, not baby Bester's lungs, not the girl's lungs, nobody else's lungs. It's cleaning the air, you're not. And that's huge.
And you know what? When actually, and I'll tell you this too, and this is true, when you know, after about 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months, they actually get better. Believe it or not, because as the air filter starts to fill a little bit, it takes even finer and finer particles out of the mix. So it actually will get stronger. After about a year or so, you may want to change it out, dust it off, whatever you do. We do have the backup filters, and if I were in your shoes with the savings that you have today, I would get a filter or 2. That way you don't have to worry about it down the road. If you ever want to change it out, you've got that option, and we do have those available. We always sell out of those, and I still have them, which is why I'm reminding you of them. But get it home. You know, literally, there's no other way to clean the air other than breathing it in yourself and hacking it up. That's the only way you can do it. This is the way to do it. The size is perfect. It's for a medium-sized room. So a bedroom, you want to put it in a powder room if you want, right? You can use it in there because you're using hairsprays and perfumes and things in the powder room. Kitchen area, ideal, especially if you love to cook, because you know that little range you got with a little hood on it? That's not an industrial hood. It takes away some of the smoke, but you're still gonna get lingering odors. This is gonna get rid of those as well. Let me step over, because I wanna talk about smoke for a minute and particles. So there's all kinds of particles that this will work on. It'll work on hair, pet hair. You know, pet hair is really, you can see it, so it's not really that small. In fact, let me show you the size difference between like hair and like smoke, okay? Hair, if we blew it up, you'll see there's 80 to 100 microns. That's what hair is. Pollen's about 30. So it's a little bit smaller. You get down to household dust and the dust mites and the stuff that comes out of dust mites. Ooh, boop, that's nasty. Pet dander, right? That's real fine. And then finally there's smoke. 0.3 microns. And you know smoke is small because I can tell you, there was a fire here a couple of years ago and it was like 300 miles away, and I opened up my door, crystal clear day, and I'm like, there's a fire. You can smell it without seeing it. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, it's there. So with the finest particle, we filled this chamber. And we have one of our units inside. And what I'm gonna do is turn it on. It's off right now. I'm gonna turn it on, there's a little button here. And I want you to see what's key to this. Moving the air, watch. You will see the air start to move, like a cloud moving, right? If you back up a little bit, you'll see that even more. And it is gonna start to suck in all that smoke. And you remember how thick, you couldn't even see through it. Watch. In just a matter of a minute or so, it is pulling in the most dense molecule that we had on the list. And it is eradicating it. It is storing it inside. It could be odors. Like I said earlier, you know, my son's room. I mean, the reason I got an air purifier in there, he's a teenage boy and he's like 19 and the room always smelled. And I'm like, and you know what? It doesn't smell because I've got an air purifier in there. If you've got areas of your home that are musty, try that. You know, some people have finished attics, finished basements, they put air purifiers in there. Some of them put dehumidifiers in too, not a bad idea. But you wanna be able to, dehumidifiers don't clean the air, okay? This will clean the air that you breathe. And here's another thing. It does it several times over and over a day, depending on where you put it. If you put it in a small room, it does it several times in an hour. It does it at least once an hour in a large room. So that's 24 different times it's cleaning the air in that room. I mean, think about that. That's why people are jumping on board. They're jumping on board because they love Hunter. Hunter is a brand name you could trust. It comes with a 5-year warranty. And I'm telling you, if you've never owned one before, consider this your opportunity to put your toes in the water. It's not a big, bulky, giant $300 air purifier. It's only $69. And by the way, see that price right there? Pat, let's put up our $40 HSN card thing. All right, if you, yeah, Pat said you're giving away money. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you $40 in your brand new account. $40 in your account when you start it, which means you can get this for $29 plus tax, because shipping is free. It is a great deal, get it. We don't often do the $40 incentive. It's very rare. Normally it's 10 or 20, but we're doing a $40, so take advantage of that. But get it home. Gray, white, aqua, black, and then we also have the white. We're calling this rose gold white, by the way, this one, because it has the rose gold grill. Remember, multiple layers of protection. You've got your HEPA filter built on top of there. You have the nano-silver infused cocoa fiber. That gets the larger particles and takes care of the microorganisms. And then inside, this takes care of the really, really fine stuff. The smoke and things like that go in here. Tracy mentioned before, 360 degrees, right? So it goes all the way around. Its intake is all the way around. You will not beat it. Free shipping and handling. And by the way, if you are a pet owner, like the lovely Miss Tracy there, you might want to get one of these, because we know our furry little friends not only leave us with pet hair, they leave us with pet stink too, don't they, Tracy?
Oh yeah, and Bester did a stink at 1 a.m. this morning, which was glorious on live TV. So thank God we had the air purifier. That was some good TV, by the way. But listen, I love this too, because at this price you can grab multiples, Guy, and that's important because of this. I have 2 daughters. So if I get one home, I'm in Haley's room right now. If I get one home, Guy, it's like, okay, who gets clean air? what, the one that did back talk last night? I mean, at some point you have to choose, you know, who's going to get the clean air. So with this one, it's a smaller footprint. It's a great price point. You're able to get the complete filtration system. Again, if 2020 has taught us anything, it is that we never know what to expect. So be prepared. You know, this is going to be that one thing in your house that is going to clean the air with our filtration system. Again, we have Bella's room in here. This is my other daughter. They both have air purifiers. She's an allergy person, so you can see there that we don't have any rugs in here because we don't want all of that dust, dirt, and dander and all that pollen to settle in her room. So the air purifier is key. So if you are an allergy person, if you suffer from asthma, all that stuff, this obviously is not a cure, but this is one of the ways to clean the air. In the bathroom, not only do we just have regular, you know, bathroom odors, but hey, dry shampoo we're spraying in here, perfume, hairspray, all of those VOCs. We're painting our fingernails. We're taking our fingernail polish off. This is key. This is good. Most of us don't have big bathrooms. This is my daughter's bathroom right here. It fits perfectly. It's not overkill. In our office, well, let's be honest, it's a bar, it's not an office. Most people would have it as an office, but ours is a bar. You know, this is where my husband will sneak those cigars with his buddies. And, you know, there's no better way to hide that odor than with an air purifier. If you have a smoker in your home, remember that prefilter is going to get rid of the odors in the air. So whatever we're talking about, whether it's somebody comes over with too much perfume, somebody came over and maybe they were smoking outside and they have that odor on them, cold and flu season is just around the corner. If somebody just comes in and starts sneezing nowadays,
yeah,
you know, it's nice to know that you have that extra layer of protection. Remember, it's not just a filter guy. It's a filtration system with Hunter. Hunter's been around for 130 years. They know how to move air. Therefore, they know how to clean air. And that first layer of defense, that pre-filter, inhibits the growth of microorganisms, airborne stuff, viruses, bacteria, mold, all of those things that, you know, how do you normally get those out of the air? How do you get them out of the air?
Right.
What, we spray stuff, Guy? I mean, what sense does that make? You're going to spray stuff in the air to get rid of it. All these little cruddy things that you're seeing on your screen right now go into that filter and they can't grow anymore. I mean, a lot of times you think of filters like your AC filters and stuff like that. They don't have this type of technology. So when you have airborne stuff, a lot of times it becomes a breeding ground, right? But remember, we have a True HEPA. True HEPA is the best of the best, the top notch. It's not HEPA-like, it's not HEPA-tech, it is True HEPA. So when I tell you that you have the combination of the two in 360 degrees, now listen, that's great for many reasons. First and foremost, it's grabbing air from every single direction. Dirty air just doesn't come from the front. It comes from everywhere. But because we have this circular thing, we're able to basically give you a full-size filter in a small footprint, Guy. Yeah. We breathe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the one thing that we don't stop doing. So we need to have the cleanest air possible.
Yeah, and you know what? We have a choice. And you know, like I said, we don't have a choice when we leave our home more often than not. Although you could get one of these for work. If you're going back to work, it'd be a great deal. Smoke, the hardest particle to get rid of. I want to turn it on one more time to show you because we've got one of the units inside here. Smoke is very dense. You can smell smoke way before you see it. That's how small it is because you don't even see it. I turn this on and look at how quickly that dense smoke will start to disappear. Listen, it's a great idea. If you've never tried one before, get one from Hunter. 5-year warranty, $69.95, free shipping and handling. You can do something about your own air for the first time. If you've never tried it, it is a great way to do it. Remember, we have all the colors available. Tracy, you're amazing. I appreciate you. We will see you again soon.
Thank you.
Take care of the pup.
Congratulations, everyone. I will. Look, he's like, where's my... He like wants his glam squad. He's like, what's going on?
It's the cutest dog ever. I love it. I love how you scooped them up. That was just too funny. All right. Hey, really quickly, I want to mention that we do have the filters available. Can I step in front of you here for a sec? So the